Hi, I'm Tom Williams, one of the original design members of the Distinguished Leadership in Practice program sponsored by the North Carolina Principals Assistant Principals Association. Today's session is intended to introduce you to the DLP high performance model. The purpose of the model is to help provide a framework for us to think about how the North Carolina Standards for School Executives provide us as school leaders a framework for the continuous improvement of our schools. Based upon the model, it includes all 7 of the original standards of the school executive standards, as well as the recently included 8th standard around leadership and student achievement. The model also includes the foundations of the personal aspects that we as school leaders need to have in the areas of personal leadership competencies. These 21 competencies, based on the particular activity in our school setting and our school leadership, have significant importance in some aspects based upon the circumstances of our school. What I'd like to do is introduce the leadership competencies to you, the undergirding role that data, knowledge, and information plays in the system, and then to talk specifically about how the 7 original standards and now the 8th standard interact with one another. Let's begin with the leadership competencies. As you can see, they're at the very top of the model, and the arrows pointing down in the model indicate that these 21 leadership competencies are the personal skills that we have as school leaders that influence the larger system within the school and our performance. Whether you're talking about communication skills or the leadership ability to manage and lead change, all the way through assuring that the school is providing a system-wide approach to improvement, or to the implementation of technology, all of these leadership competencies are important. At the bottom of the model, you'll see data and knowledge. That's there to remind us that really, before we begin any process for improvement, we really need to know what the current condition of our school is, as well as the data that indicates how our school is performing, whether it's related to student achievement, the quality of the teaching in our school, the instructional program, or the engagement of our community. It's important that we think about how do we collect and analyze the data that allows us to create the knowledge of the current school environment. Let's talk a little bit about the model that's in the center. To begin with, we've identified 3 different types of processes in the model. The first one, as illustrated in the blue, are the drivers. This is strategic leadership and results, if you will, the alpha and the omega of school improvement. Strategic leadership is responsible for setting the direction, the vision, and the school identity, and the goals of what the school is trying to achieve to continuously improve. Results, that's the end product of what happens as our school improvement plans are implemented and as we continuously assess the progress that we're making in our school. In the North Carolina Standards for School Executives, strategic leadership, the first standard, is the only standard that has been identified in a numerical rating. And that's because the research is clear that it is the strategic leadership activities in the school that really help set the direction of the school and contribute to the ongoing improvement. The result, as I mentioned earlier, is the final outcome of all of these standards interacting with one another through the school improvement planning process. We've already discussed the drivers of the model. Let's take a look at the top line around instructional leadership and managerial leadership. These 2 standards, Standard 2 and Standard 5 respectively in the North Carolina School Executive Standards, are 2 critical, time-intensive leadership functions of school leaders. Instructional leadership obviously focuses on how time is allocated in the school, as well as what the instructional plans are for the school for the methodology of teaching. Managerial leadership is more focused around the day-to-day operations and the scheduling of things that take place in school, as well as expectations for students, faculty and staff, and other stakeholders in the school. The lower set of processes we refer to as the human resource processes. These processes include those aspects of the standards that really are heavily influenced by human interaction. Human Resource, Standard 4 of the North Carolina Standards for School Executives, focuses on what we as school leaders do to recruit, retain, reward, and recognize all of the faculty and staff members working in our schools. It also addresses the importance of ongoing professional development in our schools. Cultural leadership strives to have us focus on the importance of how school culture influences the day-to-day operation of the program, from instructional program to expectations around student behavior and student engagement, as well as the inclusion of other community stakeholders. The third of the four human resource processes is external development leadership. This is Standard 6 of the North Carolina Standards for School Executives, and it is designed to make sure we as school leaders are attending to those external resources in our community that are necessary for helping us have the necessary resources and engagement of our larger community. It includes our parents, our business community, the faith-based community, the nonprofit sector that can be important in our schools, as well as any other external organization that can work with and provide support to our school. The final human resource standard is the one related to micropolitical leadership, which is Standard 7. Micropolitical leadership emphasizes the importance for us as school leaders to be well aware of what's happening around us, ongoing changes in the community or in the school, as well as understanding the diversity of our staff and our faculty and the resources that that expertise and diversity can offer to our school. As I mentioned earlier, the results piece, now the new Standard 8 for North Carolina Standards for School Executives, focuses on not only student achievement and student results, but all of the other results that contribute to the overall impact of the school. So as you look at the model and think about it, strategic leadership is one that helps us set the direction of the school based upon where the school is and where the school wants to go. The other resources and other standards all come together to be aligned with and support the strategic direction of the school. We look forward to working with you throughout the Distinguished Leadership in Practice for Digital Learning program. Thank you very much.